I'm not getting like I just want to get it fixed. I don't.
Just a number. It makes it look like I did something right.
I don't know the fuck they think they play with. I don't play no motherfucking games. I'll fuck you up, motherfucker. I'll fuck you up. I don't play no motherfucking games. Okay, let's go. Watch out, guys. Watch out.
What happens when two eras of boxing meet? Not in Las Vegas under the spotlight, but inside Dubai International Airport. The result, complete chaos. Terence "Bud" Crawford and Floyd "Money" Mayweather, legends of their own times, ran into each other in the most unexpected place. Instead of showing respect, Crawford threw a punch. Yes, Bud hit Floyd Mayweather right there in the airport. The clip spread instantly and flipped the boxing world on its head. And this wasn't just a random fight. It connects to Floyd's rumored comeback, his fight with Mike Tyson, and the endless debate of who is truly the greatest, Crawford or Mayweather.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Let's break it down. How the fight started, why Floyd might have triggered it, how Canelo's name got dragged in, and why this could set up the biggest matchup in boxing today.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
Witnesses say the tension was clear right away. Floyd was moving through the VIP area with his usual crew. Terence Crawford, fresh off shocking the world by beating Canelo Alvarez, happened to be there too. First, it was just looks, then words. Floyd smirked and dismissed Crawford's win over Canelo as overrated. Bud snapped back. Both entourages closed in. Security rushed over but couldn't stop the shouting. Then Bud swung and connected. Fans pulled out phones, screams filled the area, and within minutes clips were everywhere online. The airport turned into chaos with entourages clashing until security separated them.
Let it go. Hey, knock it off! Fucking hands up! Hey, knock it off! Don't ever disrespect me! Don't ever disrespect me!
This was more than a fight. It was about ego, pride, and who owns the crown of boxing.
I was excited to see Bud perform the way he performed against Canelo. I think boxing needed that fight. I think Bud showed up in the way he was supposed to. I think Canelo did as well, and the respect between the two men is what boxing is supposed to be. I can't talk about all the eras of boxing because I haven't seen them all, but I've seen Hagler Hearns. I've seen Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. I've seen all of those things, and those fights were wars. Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer I've ever seen. He's the most skilled boxer I've ever seen. Bud, and this is just my opinion, is the baddest man I've seen wear boxing gloves. And here's why I say that.
I see.
Here's why I say that. Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish. right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. There was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination inside that ring we saw this weekend. And there's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years, but no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated their eras equally.
Hold up, limitless, niggas to me cap pinning it. I fought the head to witness it.
So why did Bud throw that punch? Simple, respect. For years, Floyd has acted like no one after him deserves comparison. Whenever asked about Crawford, he laughed it off, calling himself the best ever.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that.
But then Crawford did the unthinkable, he beat Canelo Alvarez. That win changed everything. Suddenly the talk wasn't just who is number one today, but whether Crawford is actually greater than Floyd ever was.
Will a win over Canelo put you ahead of Mayweather as the greatest boxer of this generation?
Listen, I leave the opinions to everybody else, but like I said, after this fight, when I defeat Canelo, I'm gonna be on Mount Rushmore. That's where I'm gonna be.
And the biggest blow? Canelo himself, who faced both men, said Crawford is better. That hit Floyd hard because for years his proudest moment was schooling Canelo and calling him easy work. Now Canelo is praising Bud.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
So when they finally came face to face, it was decades of pride colliding.
I feel like we done seen Crawford on have his best performance that he has ever had, versus Canelo. So it's like, whenever you try to compare Floyd's performance versus Crawford's performance, me personally, I believe that Crawford did a lot more. But if they both were to fight each other, if you would have put Floyd in his prime versus Crawford in his prime, who would y'all pick? For me personally, it would be so hard because I feel like they fight very similar but very different.
Things get even deeper. Just days earlier, Floyd hinted in an interview about a real comeback. No more exhibitions, no easy fights, but a return to the professional ranks. And the one name he's targeting? Terence Crawford. It makes sense. Crawford leads this era, Floyd led the last. Yesterday's GOAT versus today's GOAT. If Floyd wants to prove his legacy is untouchable, this is the fight.
So if he was pound for pound, Floyd was pound for pound. You or Floyd, who would have done that? Who would have won that?
Me.
Oh shit, okay, I'm just asking. Floyd was pound for pound before.
That would have been a hard fucking fight though.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
And Floyd knows it. For him, it's historic. For Bud, it's dangerous. If he beats Floyd, critics will say Floyd was too old. If he loses, his legacy takes a big hit because people will say he couldn't beat a 47-year-old. For Floyd, there's no real risk. If he loses, people say he's past his prime. If he wins, it's one of the biggest statements ever.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
But before any Crawford fight, Floyd has another challenge, Mike Tyson. Yes, his next bout is an exhibition against Iron Mike.
A fight that fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're gonna have fun, we're gonna throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna be an exciting event.
On paper, this is just entertainment. Tyson is in his late 50s and Floyd is still sharp. Logically, Floyd should win.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
But one clean Tyson punch can change everything. If Floyd gets dropped, even in an exhibition, the Crawford fight is dead. Fans won't care, promoters won't push, and Bud won't take it. Floyd's aura would vanish.
It was recently said that you're going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the hell did he agree to fight you? That seems like a bad decision by him.
Well, listen, I was minding my business. I'm flying my birds, tending to my children, and he's the one, he came with the sign. His name was on the contract signed already. And he was talking really bad and nasty to me, so I was like, God damn. I thought we were friends, he talked crazy. He said, all right.
That's got to be such a cool thing for boxing fans, though, Mike, to have two of the all-time legends in there. Are you excited just to see the thing of that like it was with you and Roy?
Nah, man, we want to get him, man. What you talking about? This guy's talking crazy. Like, kick his ass.
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, I thought it was the exhibition. He's talking crazy.
So he's like, but Mike, come on, man. He can't be doing anything to you. Like, that's a bad decision by him.
Hey, he made a good money choice, though.
That's why the Tyson fight is riskier than it looks. It's not about injury, it's about Floyd's whole comeback falling apart. And here's the twist. Crawford doesn't even need Floyd. After beating Canelo, his legacy is sealed. Analysts already place him among the all-time greats. He moved up, took risks, and dethroned the biggest name in boxing.
Thank you, GOAT, because you are the GOAT of this era. Terence Bud Crawford.
Crawford could retire today and still be remembered as the man who shocked the world and conquered every challenge.
Saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to him. You got to give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
fighting Floyd is more about money than legacy. Even if Crawford wins, critics will say it wasn't prime Floyd. The prime versus prime debate will never die. That's why some insiders say Bud should ignore Floyd completely.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
But if the fight does happen, it's Crawford who carries all the risk.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in
But
that
the
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta
Can't
have an
say
OG
everybody-
somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta
that you
pioneer,
can't
right?
out-figure
Yeah,
out.
yeah, you gotta.
There's
yeah.
an OG you can't out-figure out
Yeah,
somewhere,
yeah,
and I just
yeah.
believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
Beating an almost 50-year-old Floyd won't silence critics, but losing could damage everything. For Bud, all eyes are on him. For Floyd, his legacy is safe either way. That's why the airport punch felt like more than a heated reaction.
You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Lie.
It was the start of something bigger. At Dubai Airport, Crawford and Mayweather finally clashed. Bud threw a punch, the internet went crazy, and the GOAT debate is hotter than ever.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man. Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of the same thing, except for Floyd fought a few times at 154. I'm not faulting Floyd for not fighting Triple G. I totally get it. I'm just saying that upper echelon, the reason why I will always have Sugar Ray Leonard over Floyd is the crazy, the insane part of it. What Terence Crawford is talking about doing, he ain't saying, let me meet Canelo at a catchweight. Canelo's undisputed there. Let me go get him.
But this story isn't just about one punch. It's about Floyd hinting at a comeback, his risky Tyson fight, Crawford's place in history, and 2 generations colliding.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beat Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I wasn't never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future updates. Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.